Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. The authorized souls in the Lin Life and the Jamie Body Mind are for the most part child souls from the smaller subatomic. In addition, there are a couple of Search for Truth sometime team members who have been offered a place to hide if they need it, or a place to reconstitute their energy if they need it.
That's true.
And we're not going to name them because that would be stupid.
That's true.
In times such as these, our work needs to make sense, because and what are times such as these? Someone is asking. Times where misdirection is rampant and where the power structure seems to wish to support the status quo, which is not truthful and not based in truth. And our assignment is to increase the levels of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan.
That's true.
So all the data supports the assumption or the theory that the power structure has to come down. Unfortunately, that was not our original working theory, not at all. For several years we had an opposite working theory.
It's true.
But the data all shows that the power elite is rotten to the core and everything just about is bought off.
That's true.
They don't like that answer.
No, they don't.
They don't like that answer, but you asked me a
That's true.
question. I answered it as precisely and honestly as I could. And that is why in times like these it's important to go with game theory. What we're doing has got to make sense. And so all day we've been working to clear from the base of the pillar where it feels like it's on a cast iron skillet.
That's true.
All the way up through these dimensions and through those larger dimensions where the scientist named Leslie Leonard is working.
That's true.
And up beyond that, way, way, way beyond that, Leslie's nowhere near the top of the pillar. Right now we're supposed to support Leslie, and I don't have to understand why that is to know that it's true.
That's true.
With that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin.
Looking straight up and starting the pumping down at the level of the cast iron skillet at the base of the pillar and moving up.
So we're starting the pumping up. They said starting the pumping down, and what they
Whoa!
Right.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Pumping up.
Pumping up. We are pumping up. Moving up.
It's possible Old Lab is once more available.
It's possible. That's true.
Good for Old Lab. It's sticking to its soul plan.
That's
it says,
true.
no, I am the lab that's studying the secret life of the smaller subatomic, and I'm not going to study anything else.
That's true.
I'm sticking with my soul plan, and you can't stop me.
That's true.
I like Old Lab a lot.
Me too.
And now up where those roads reconverge, New Lab and Old Lab, and up through that subway tunnel looking space.
That's true.
And up through the well, and boom. And I feel like we're right at the waterline of the bay now.
That's true.
And this oily substance, these oily lies are coming out of the well, and it looks like it's polluting this water, which I'm sorry about. But
that's true.
we've got to do these interdimensional exchange points. That's the job, is to keep the exchange points open.
That's true. Someone is asking what we're pumping up.
We're pumping up the substance of the smaller subatomic so that larger levels can see what's going on and make a choice to help or not to help. And also to clear the stuff out of the smaller subatomic, to keep this air tube of truth open so that some truth can get down into the smaller subatomic, because they're suffering greatly. The level that we cleared most recently, the sentiences look like worms. No eyes, no ears. We lose our eyes when we don't want to see what's true. People literally go blind. We've had a healing practice for a long time. They say, what do you base that on? On decades of healing practice and working with people who were losing their eyesight, who had ugly truths that they did not want to look at.
That's true.
Awful, inconvenient things that they didn't want to see, and they were literally losing their eyesight rather than look at the ugly truth.
That's true. In their physical bodies.
In their physical bodies, physical eyes no longer working.
That's true.
And physical ears no longer working. Lots of people, for example, have ringing in the ears. That's their guide shrieking at them with what they're supposed to be doing, and they don't want to hear it.
That's true.
And some people literally go deaf. We've also worked with people in our healing practice whose ears were deaf, and their deafness would go away when their alignment would come into the zone and they were able to hear truth, and then their deafness would come and go, and doctors didn't have any explanation for it because doctors are idiots.
That's true.
They're so close-minded, they don't want to consider other possibilities for healing, and therefore they become irrelevant in a healing process.
That's true.
And all they are is pill pushers.
That's true.
And scam artists.
That's true.
It's disgusting wastes of smart people's lives. I have retained the art of clearing a room.
That's true. That went very well.
All of us who really want to know what's actually going on. The search for true central axis, all others flung away. I see people, maybe the children, the lead children of the smaller subatomic exodus.
Yes.
They're walking across a snowy field.
That's true. I feel it.
Yes, but it looks kind of sunshiny. It looks like spring skiing, high, snowy field.
That's true.
It doesn't look like terrible conditions.
No, it's not high wind.
No. And I see the reflection point that they're headed for. It's like someone has a mirror.
That's true.
And is using the mirror to catch the light and draw their attention.
I see it.
Sir, to that person working that reflection point, your job includes not only drawing the children to you and giving them some juice, but being able to point them on to the next star.
That's true.
Can you help them find that point? He says, I'm terrible at that.
Yeah, that's true, and I feel great nervousness.
Okay, well, let us see what we can do. Hold on. Boom. Let's try and bifurcate through him, through that space, higher. All of us who really want to know what's actually going on. To the search for true central axis, all others flung away. I do see a hand even higher up, and it doesn't feel entirely repulsive.
That's true, I feel that hand.
It's kind of thoughtful, and it might choose to go in a repulsive direction. Let's ask for a pure child. Is there a pure child at that same level of that hand up there? There is a pure child. Okay, aim for that pure child. Gentleman who's running the reflection point, can you see that pure child up there? You can see
You can see him.
Can you send the children on to that pure child, that baby? Looks like a baby.
That's true.
An infant, too young to roll over.
That's true.
He says he can do that. Okay, good. Let's go drop down through the portal, slowly, still looking up, dropping down. If we can get this portal to be in the bay, not just at the bay, it will work better. I know we're supposed to be in the bay so that that liquid drains.
That's true.
And that this oily substance comes up and there's an oil and water exchange.
That's true.
It's like an underwater sinkhole is opening up.
That's true.
It's not super deep in the bay, but it's maybe 4 or 5 feet deep, maybe.
That's true.
And it's a way to begin. And I can see, we can start with that, and I can see there's another sinkhole point that's supposed to open up that hasn't opened up yet. That's really
true.
where we're supposed to be. And what it's starting to look like is what's come up over and over again, is that our pillar is a little bit too far to the left.
That's true.
And to lean to the right. And when we lean to the right, this another sinkhole opens up.
That's true.
And that starts to feel better in Leslie Leonard's head.
That's true.
His thinking is calmer, less scattered,
Clearer.
more cohesive.
That's true.
He seems to be writing his third paper now.
Yes, that's true.
And I think he's calmer because of how well the first two papers were received, and somebody's asking what I mean by that. And well, what I mean by that is when people are trying to steal your work, they obviously think your ideas are worth something.
That's true.
So, in a repulsive way, his first two papers were extremely well received because those professors are trying to steal his work.
Yes, that's true.
Now he's writing the third paper.
That's true.
I can feel the water trickling down through his head.
I feel the water trickling down through his head.
It's just trickles, though. Or
That's
I'm wrong.
true. Like it's coming in around the edges or something.
Implying there's a stopper in between that bay and his head.
That's true.
Let's
There
see
is a
if
stopper.
I can feel it. Let's see if we can pry it up. All these portals where people thought they were doing a good thing
That's true.
by stoppering up a hole to a dark dimension, quote
That's
unquote. And what they were supposed to do was let out the lies and untruths of the darker dimension,
That's true.
to ventilate the space,
That's right.
to help the kids in the coal mine.
That's true.
And what they instead did was trap the kids into the coal mine.
That's true.
I can see where that stopper is and how the children, the smaller subatomic children, are climbing around it.
That's true.
Maybe we can unscrew it. It seems to be screwed in the middle also.
Yeah, I see it. We can come up from beneath it.
And at least loosen it more.
That's true.
And to get more exchange of water and oil through it and around it would be helpful.
That's true.
Through the portal and around the stopper.
That's true.
That's what I meant.
Oil coming up from below, water coming down from above.
Leslie's feeling even calmer.
That's true.
Let's try to get this oil into the gas tanks so that it can be used very pointedly as propulsion.
That's true.
And if not, we'll just light it on fire and have a big kaboom.
Kaboom. That's true.
And we'll try to light the fire right where the stoppers are. We'll try to...
Yes,
maybe
that's
we should just
true.
try and blow up the stopper.
Maybe.
Okay,
That
let's
makes
try.
sense.
So there is a bubble of oil right under the stopper.
I feel it.
So kids, stand back. Hold on. Let's see if we can kaboom this thing.
That's true.
Well, some of it went away.
That's true. It's more open now than it was a minute
A
ago.
lot more open.
That's true.
And now the oil is just kind of flowing up, so that there's not really a pocket of oil underneath there.
That's true.
Okay. Well, maybe that's enough to open up that portal.
It could be. It's a big chunk taken out.
And now when I ride up the
Yes.
oil wave and I come into the bay, I'm deeper into the bay than I was
Yeah.
before.
That's true.
And I think that's a good sign.
That's true.
Okay, right direction, keep going.
Exciting.
Up, all the way up through the lab, through Leslie, through the well, through that portal at the bottom of the bay, up through that narwhal narrator's point, through that new reflection point, up to that baby, and beyond.